So we're going to take a look at the port today and how to get the port escape routine started. So we're heading to the port. We want one of these, and you want one lockpick, or if you are in a stealing mood, two lockpicks. But we'll take this just so we can have a look at what's available to steal, and that's all we need. So you arrive at the boat. We'll have a look at loot piles in a second. So you want to head down here and find this guy called Karel, Karel, who's usually sitting there. He'll come find you later if you don't go find him. So starts a dialogue. Ahoy, my friend, I'm Karel. Would you like to get away from this place? I can get you and your family to safety, trust me. And he does indeed appear to be trustworthy. I did it many times, plenty of people won't have. Want to take a look at my boat. So we come over here, look at his boat. Yeah, what next? Here it is, big enough, don't you think? I've heard of you from the trader. I'll swing by in a while, think about my offer. So the leaving process is now instigated. So he will indeed knock on your door in the next day or two. And basically if you have, so you can see what sort of loot items are available here. If you have 8 diamonds to give him, you're out of there. So even if you don't have the diamonds to get out, he will knock on your door, and he'll keep knocking on your door a few times at least before giving up, I think. I can't remember if you have to just say no to him or if he just keeps knocking on your door. But I know he shows up a few times, absolute minimum. So saw blade here, and this is where you do use your one lockpick, or in this case our crowbar. And there you get a functioning gun with bullets, which is, yeah, makes it worth the trip here even if you don't have the goods to give him for the escape. A couple of loot piles out here. That's just, you're just going to find components, wood there, and an interesting guy hanging around up there. This is all regular loot, I think. Yeah. Now if Karel isn't here, I don't know if this aggroes him if you break into his door here. I should take some pills from the bath cabinet. So this is all stealing in here. So that's basically a bunch of food, so I'm not going to take that. I don't know what Karel does if you do steal, or if it's just a negative. You'd obviously get a morale hit if you did steal. Now Karel's been up here. Normally you get a couple of bottles of pills up here, but he's been chowing down on it, I think. Yeah, still here. So you get that's a good chunk of meds right there. So just that pile and the one behind and the functioning gun behind the saw blade one down here and inside the cabinet. It's a pretty good location to visit. Okay, so we're going to go home now, and I'll come back when Karel knocks on our door. So it's day 23 and it's 10:10, and hey, it's me, Karel from the port. Now if you remember, we met him on night 20, so it's been a couple of days. And here he is. Okay, I've got everything lined up for you. I talked to my friends on the other side and arranged everything. We can get you out safely in a few days, but the ride ain't free, you know? They need to pay for some distraction to get the sergeant off their backs. So, you got the goods. We need 8 diamonds. Now, I do have that, so we give it to him. Good, I'll come to pick you up in a few days. Until then, be safe, my friend. So that happens on day 23, remember. And we'll be back when Karel returns. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning, day 26, and Karel's just arrived. Now, one thing I forgot to show you before was that after his last visit, when we gave him the diamonds, this showed up in our inventory. So we've been carrying this for the last 3 days. So it's a note from Karel confirming you paid for the passage. It contains directions that lead you to safe house once you disembark. So let's go talk to Karel. We need to get moving. Everything's set up. We'll go to the port, and when it's dark, my friends on the other side will arrange a searchlight and malfunction, and we'll slip out quietly. So, are you ready to go? Yes. The boat reaches a safe shore. You have escaped. So that's it. So that's the port escape routine. So basically we met him on night 20, then he came back for payment day 23, and then came back to take us day 26. So it's a 6-day process once you go to the port. But you need those 8 diamonds. We helped take our ill neighbour to hospital. Boris shared our food with a starving man. Girl in peril. Katya saved a girl from a drunken soldier. Father and child. Katya helped a man who was wounded by a sniper while coming home to his sick child. Violent skirmish. Several soldiers were killed by Katya. Day 26. Escape. The smuggler's boat carried its passengers to safety, leaving behind the burned city and its residents. Those who managed to escape from the siege of Pogoran would never forget it. Zlata left Pogoran behind for good. After the war, she was reunited with her brother in Canada. It took her some time to adjust to the new reality, but she found a job and even resumed music studies at the Royal Conservatory in Toronto. Stepping out of the boat, Boris resolved to leave the horrors of war behind and used his grit and strength to help others rebuild their lives. The memory of Anna's sacrifice and Lucas' faith supported him till the end of his days. Marin waited out the war in the country and soon set about finding the boy who once brightened his day. His efforts failed, so he rebuilt his house and kept the action figure in the shop window. And one winter afternoon, the entrance bell rang and the familiar smile has once again filled Marin's workshop and his life with light. Once she left Pogoran, Katya used her contacts to find her parents in a refugee camp abroad. After the war, she brought them back to the city and helped rebuild their house. Soon after that, she published her war diary, which became a bestseller and drew widespread attention to the fate of civilians during the war. So that's the best outcome for all 4 of them, although this was a little bit of a trial run where I kind of picked the strongest characters and had all of the locations going just so I could set up various scenarios. But yep, so that's a happy ending, and anyway, I hope that was helpful in seeing how you do the port escape routine, and see you next time. Bye.